Hi everyone, let's do a fun warm-up to begin our lesson today. This is called Bingo, and it's a song that goes like this. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. Did you know that song already? I'll do it again. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. So we're just spelling the word bingo at the end there. Sing it with me, it's ever so easy. Ready, steady, here we go. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. If you haven't got it, just spend a minute going back, rewinding it and having another go. But for those that have, we're going to move on. Let's make it a little bit more fun. When we spell out the word bingo, B-I-N-G-O, we're going to gradually remove one of the letters and we're going to replace it with an action. So the first letter we remove is B, and we're going to replace it with a clap. So I-N-G-O is what it will look like. You're not allowed to say B out loud. Put your B in your thinking voice and just clap on a note. To make it even more fun, you don't know how long I'm going to hold that first note on for. You've got to follow my conducting hand. Are you ready? Here we go. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. Let's take I out and replace it with something new. So instead of singing I, we will click. If you can't click, just pretend. So it'll look like this. N-G-O. Okay, all the way through. Watch the conducting hand. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh, N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. Let's take N out. We'll stamp on N. So don't sing it out loud, just put a stamp on it instead. So it'll look like this. G-O. You can hear my stamp, you just can't see it. Okay, you ready? Watch for the conducting arm. Here we go. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh, G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. Let's take G out now. And instead of singing G out loud, we are going to nod. It'll look like this. O. Just the O at the end. Watch the conducting hand. Here we go. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh. O. 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 And Bingo was his name, oh. It's getting a bit silly now, isn't it? Right, we're going to take out the O and we are going to replace the O with a swivel of our hips, making an O shape, like that. So the whole thing, I'll just do it a little bit slower, we'll go, right. Got it? Watch the hand, here we go. I knew a man who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh. Bingo was his name, oh. So if you've recovered from that really stupid song, let's grab our ukuleles and we will start with a copying game. Whatever I play, you play. Now, just to warn you, I am going to be using my C chord. I bet you can dive to that really quickly now, can't you? I'm going to be using my F chord, and I'm going to be using our G chord. Now, we have been doing these for some weeks now, so I'm just going to assume that you're all fab at it, and if not, you need to stop now and practice. Okay, so whatever I play, you play. I'm going to start with a C chord. 1, 2, I go first. Down, 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 up, down. Down, 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 down. F chord. Down, up, down. Same again. F, 2, 3, back to C. It's C. C, 2 and 3, 4. Down, up, down, and a G chord. Have a go. 1, 2, same again. It's a G chord. Do your best. And an F chord. See if you can find that F. And straight to the C chord. Right, so the G and the F and the C chord were the 3 chords that we were focusing mainly on last week because of this chart here, which I'm hoping you still have handy somewhere. This was our 12-bar blues chart, and your job was to get really good at changing the chords and following the patterns. You could make it as simple or as complicated as you wanted. You could just play on beat 1 of each box. You could play on beat 1 and 3, or you could play on them all. It was entirely up to you. The harder, the better, obviously, but it's got to be right. So this is what we're going to do next. So if you need to go and find your sheet, do so. And we're going to play through our 12-bar blues backing track. Ready to have a go then? We'll just do the 12 bars through once, and then we'll talk about some words. So have your C chord ready. Now you can do it as easy or as hard as you want. I think I'll go somewhere in the middle. Starting with the C chord, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Change to F. Back to C. On to G we go. Straight to F. And finish with C. And hold it there. Okay? How did you manage? I'd love to know how you're getting on. But of course, at this point, if that wasn't good enough, go back, have another go until it's really spot on. Okay, so we were talking about words last week, weren't we? And your challenge was to write some of your own and be able to sing about the lockdown times. Well, I have written one which I'd like to share with you, and we're all going to do this one together, and then you can always perform yours to each other after I've done mine. So, Mrs. Omer, back to school. My rhyming words are mess and dressed, nearly rhymes. I woke up this morning and my hair was a mess. Doesn't happen very often, but yes. Second line. I woke up this morning and my hair was a mess. Do you remember the first and the second lines were exactly the same? And then I've got, but today I get to go to school. I better get up and get dressed. For all of you at home that don't really have a reason to get dressed into your school uniform, maybe, this is your opportunity, because next week you're going to be back in school. So my last line again went, but today I get to go to school. I better get up and get dressed. Will you sing all of that with me now? It's my song, but I wanted to share this with you, and then you can share yours with each other after this clip. Are you ready? Ready, steady, here we go. I woke up this morning and my hair was a mess. Same again. I woke up this morning and my hair was a mess. Here we go. But today I get to go to school. I better get up and get dressed. Right. Have you got that? Because what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and do mine all the way through. So we're going to play the chords. We're going to sing the words. I could flash this up at the screen again when it's time to sing. And then we're going to play again to the end. So we'll do my version, my performance. And then, like I said, it'll be a little bit of time in the lesson for you then to finish yours to perform to each other. Okay, so from the beginning, the chords to begin with. And like I said, keep it as simple or as easy as you want. Of course, hard as you want. Ready to sing. I woke up this morning and my hair was a mess. I woke up this morning and my hair was a mess. But today I get to go to school. I better get up and get dressed. Then we get our ukuleles again and we play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Ready, here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Back to C. Over to G. F. Well, I enjoyed that. So, how about now then? Let me just stop this before it goes on to some bizarre track like this old man. Why not now? It's your turn to share what you've done with somebody else, whether it's your teacher in school, whether it's somebody at home. Record yourself and send it to me via your teacher. It's your turn to do your performance, and I really, really, really would love to see some final performances in my inbox before next week. Okay, don't go away because there's more to come. The next piece of music that we're going to learn is not a chord piece of music, it's a melody piece of music, and you need to cast your minds back to when we discussed the differences between chords and melodies. Chords was a group of notes played at the same time. A melody is one note at a time. So you can have a tune and you can have a chord. I am now going to demonstrate to you a 12-bar blues piece, but rather than learn it with chords, we're going to learn it as a melody. I'm going to play it all the way through to you, and then we're going to learn it together. Did that look complicated? What I was doing with my fingers was probably more complicated than what I had to do with my left hand, because there were only 3 notes. And the word that they spelt was the word age. A-G-E. And those are 3 notes that you can easily find on your uke. You've got your A string. You've got your 3rd finger here on the E string, which we use for the G chord. That gives you a G. And if you take your 3rd finger off and just have no fingers at all, then that's your E string. So you've got A, G, E. Now I'll use my thumb here to play them all one at a time. A, G, E. Okay? So play these with me. I'll play, you copy. Have your 3rd finger hovering over the E string. That's 1, 2, 3rd string here. Okay? Like this. I go first. A, G, E. Have a go. A, G, E. Well done. This time, same 3 notes, slightly different rhythm. Go. A, G, E. So you fall off the G onto the E a bit quicker. I'll do those 2 together. A, G, E. A, G, E. Try it with me. Go. A, G, E. A, G, E. One more time. It's A, G, E. A, G, E. How are you getting on? The next bit, I'm going to simplify it. I made it quite jazzy. Oops. And I put this kind of bumpy feel into it, but I can make it much simpler. A, G, E, G, A, A, A. Don't panic. I'll do it again. Starts off with age, but then it climbs back up to the G and finishes with 3 A's. 1, 2, 3. So I'll put the whole together. A, G, E, G, A, A, A. Try it with me. Starting off with your A, 3rd finger hovering over your G note here. Here we go. A, G, E, back up, G, and 3 A's. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to keep it quite jazzy. Ba, ba, ba. Let's do it again. Ready? Here we go. It's A, G, E, G, A, A, A. So now let me show you the whole thing all the way through. I'll slow the whole thing down. It went A, G, E. Then it was the same, but you kind of quicken up there. Then you go back down and back up with 3 A's there. Join in with me. We'll do it, I don't know, should we do it 3 times? Maybe each time we could get a little bit faster. Shall we see? Ready, steady, here we go. It's A, G, E. Same again, but fall off the G there. A, G, E. And climb back up to the G, A, A, A. Let's do it again. A, G, E. Again. A, fall off the G. A, G, E, G, Okay, that maybe is the first challenge. Keep practicing that, and then we'll see how we can fit that with some music as soon as you're ready. Now then, this is a really, really fun piece to do. First of all, you play that pattern that you've just been practicing all together 6 times. And if there are maybe, I don't know, 6 or more of you in the class, why not take it in turns and do a solo? So one of you plays and then the other plays, just to brighten things up a bit. But the best bit is what happens in the middle. The tune disappears and we're just left with a backing track. Now, have you heard of the word improvisation? If you improvise, do you know what you're doing? You don't just improvise in music, you can improvise in all sorts of things. Improvise is to make something up as you go along. I bet you can do that. But in music, it means play around with the notes that you've been given. Put them in different orders. Change the rhythm. Play whatever you like. And the amazing thing is, it will fit with the backing track. I'm going to show you what I mean. The music has played through 6 times and it's left me with a bit of a backing track with no notes. And I can mess around with the 3 notes and see how they fit in. Keep it really easy, keep on one note. Or I can jazz it up. So literally, I was making that up as I went along. I've got no music, I knew which 3 notes I needed, and I just invented something to go along with the music. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the music on from the beginning. We're all going to play the pattern 6 times, and then I'm going to let the music run. Now, I won't be able to see or hear what you're doing, but be brave and have a go. Keep it as simple as you like. Just join in with the backing track. Keep it simple. You can only use those 3 notes that spell age, but you can play them in any order, in any rhythm, fancy or not, that you like. And then the music will then go back to the tune that we learned at the beginning, and we play it 3 more times. So I'll give you a clue as to when to get your instrument ready to start joining in with the actual tune. Okay, now if that all sounds too much, pause the video here, have another practice of your tune, and maybe have a practice of inventing a little tune of your own. But I promise you it's actually easier with the music. It's up to you. But the next clip, we're going to play it all the way through. It's going to be fun, guys. See what happens. Here we go. It's A, G, E, A, G, E. A, G, E, G, A, A. Number 2. Number 3. Maybe take it in turns. Here's number 4. Number 5. Now there's one more all together. Right, on your own. Any notes you like, any order. brave. Don't give up. Keep it simple if you like. Okay, we're going to start the tune again. Here we go, it's A, G, B. Just one more time now. Oh dear, how'd you get on? Different, isn't it? Yes, you've got to be brave, but at the same time, don't be shy. Just make something up. And of course, the more that you do, the better you will get. And that's something else that you can share with your friends and family as you get better. And of course, with me when I get back to see you all eventually. So, we're going to leave the video here. It might not have been as long as usual, but there's so much to do by yourself this week that you've got plenty to keep you going and to keep practicing at. So happy blues playing, everybody. See you soon.